Bruno Fernandes is going nowhere, but we knew that already, didn't we? Jonathan David is going somewhere, though. The teams have been announced for tonight's FA Youth Cup semi-final. Don't forget, right after this new show, we are jumping across to Big Up. We're doing a live watch-along for the Under-18s FA Youth Cup semi-final at Villa Park. Really, really interesting names on that team sheet already, including Chido Obe is starting tonight for Manchester United in the FA Youth Cup semi-final. So, there is a big, big night planned right here, right now. Manchester United go back on a ticketing error and are forced into selling cheaper tickets, are sitting in the Manchester derby as well from protest group 1958, encouraging all fans to stay in their seats. We'll go through all of that information, all of that news, keeping you up to date with everything that's going on from the fan side and the club side, the players, the academy. It's all jam-packed into one show tonight. I'm Adam. Welcome along to Forever United TV, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the previous two live streams already today, and indeed our first TikTok live as well on one of our update shows. So testing and trialing that out also. So welcome along, everyone. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you're looking forward to tonight. I am. Nice to see some real quality football. Now, United have been getting better, but the academy are excellent, and we are watching them tonight on Big Up. So please do make sure that you jump across to Big Up tonight. Join us for the watch along. The links will be in the chat. I'll pin a couple up in a minute. We'll get through the news first of all, and then we'll bring you all the information ready for that under-18s game tonight. Please do come along and watch it with me, and I will talk you through the players. If you haven't watched them before, if you are not used to Manchester United's under-18s, just come along and watch it. Listen to the game. It's on YouTube. Everyone can watch it. We're going to watch it together on Big Up, and we're going to get a closer look at some absolute quality in Manchester United's academy. Tonight, everyone can see what we've been banging on about for months now, and this team, it's amazing. So, yes, right, let's get through the news anyway. Talking about Bruno Fernandes first of all, and Ruben Amorim, as expected, coming out. We touched on it a little bit this morning on the early morning show about Bruno. I expected a little bit more from the press conference, but I'm sure that it's in on the embargoed version, which is coming out tomorrow. So we'll get all of that in that extra bit, part 2 of the press conference tomorrow, and we'll have you covered here on Forever United TV for that. It may even come out late tonight, and then we'll bring it at 8 o'clock anyway. But in the morning, that is. So, what is happening right now with Manchester United and Bruno Fernandes? Well, we heard the stories. We knew that they were building something up, the Sunday papers, just because of the press conference on the Monday, and then they would get a reaction from Ruben. Like I said, I'm sure that is coming out tomorrow, and we will hear on that. Bruno Fernandes is invaluable to Manchester United and Ruben Amorim right now, and there's no way that he would sell him. And let's not forget, out of all of this, everything that I said yesterday around Bruno, the 90 million, it works well for United. It's a big bid. You can't turn that big down. But Ruben Amorim hasn't got as much time. And if you could keep Bruno Fernandes at the top level where he is now for another 2 years, well, you're definitely in a job at Manchester United. You're going to take it, aren't you? You definitely are going to take it as a Man United manager right now. But yeah, that is the story. It was brought out by the Daily Record, and a few other people have run with it now. And I think there's something that the media are not mentioning, which will come out in the embargoed version of the press conference tomorrow, and I could already tell you what's going to be said, but we'll wait till tomorrow anyway on that one. But yeah, from what we know so far is that no chance. Bruno Stays. Don't even think about it. Don't even go there. Basically, do one is what Manchester United or Ruben Amorim's message is for anybody looking in at any of his players that he values. He values Bruno Fernandes and Diogo Dalot more in their character and what they can bring to Manchester United than anybody else. That story's been doing the rounds as well. And he's talked about the change and he was in his press conference today, in the first part of it that we did go through earlier on, he was also talking about he can feel a change with this Manchester United squad right now. That's with him getting into these players. And without the other players like Bruno, like Dalot, the ones that are on board with him, he doesn't stand a chance. He needs to have his leaders in that changing room and going out on that pitch. He needs that message, and they are fully behind him. in everything that he's doing. You know that they are. And he isn't going to relinquish that right now. He's too early in his tenure at Manchester United to be letting Bruno Fernandes go. Look, everything that we said yesterday is correct. It is probably worth it to sell Bruno for 90 million. 70, 60 million even's a really good deal for Manchester United, but not to Ruben Amorim. And that's the one big key difference in all of this. It's that he needs his men that he can trust in his hour of need. Now, United have turned a little corner. It wasn't so much a massive apex and a tricky one. It was just a little turn in the road, but maybe we could build momentum off it. And if we get through tomorrow night and we start to gather momentum, honestly, the season could really end on a high for Manchester United. I know, here comes my Adam, big positive outlook again. I know, but still, you can't really blame me, can you? I've had the season that we've had, and I am trying to cheer up all Manchester United fans right now and give them a little bit of hope. But I'm not pleasing everybody. More on that later in this show, actually. But Bruno is absolutely key to Ruben Amorim. And again, this is what we're talking about as well. When it comes to that recruitment team, that structure that we bang on about every single show, Ruben has the say on all players leaving Manchester United. The power is with the head coach on that side of things. He doesn't have a say on all of the players coming in. The recruitment team bring them players to him, and then he picks. He has his communication. He has his say. He gives his recommendations. Blah-de-blah, fine, no problem. But one thing is for certain, Ruben, and this has been documented, this has been tweeted, this has been reported several times right now, that he has got the final say on any player leaving Manchester United. And if it's a significant senior player, of course he is. So Jim Ratcliffe did an interview, and I didn't even bring it up with the reports on Bruno Fernandes. It was more of a report, it was more of a show, seeing where the Man United fan base were at, seeing where the subscribers were at on Forever United TV. Would you let Bruno Fernandes go for that price? That was the question I was putting out there, and to see and gauge where everybody was at. That's ultimately turned out to be a resounding for 90 million, yes, you would do. But it would have to take that monumental bid, which is not going to happen, I don't think. I think 60, 70 million, I think Real Madrid would go for it at that price. But I still don't think Ruben Amorim would let Bruno Fernandes go. And that is it. That's the final say. And I'm confident that that will come out in the morning as well. And yeah, I'll hold my hands up and say I was wrong if it doesn't, but I think someone would have asked that question in the press conference today. I know what them journalists are like. I know they would jump off the back of what they teed up at weekend and their colleagues teed up, and that's what it was. I'm telling you now, we will see that tomorrow. But we're hearing the reports already that he values him too highly. So Jim Ratcliffe in that interview said it himself. You cannot get rid of players like Bruno Fernandes. He's a fantastic player. He's right. He's been absolutely crucial for Manchester United and Ruben this season. He's been crucial for every single manager that's been into Manchester United since he arrived, Bruno Fernandes. He's been the leader throughout. Also, in Ruben Amorim's press conference earlier on, he was talking about the other players that are back and in contention for a starting place are definitely in the matchday squad. He talked about Mason Mount feeling a lot better. They've worked on a few more drills with Mason Mount now, and he is in a miles better place. His intensity in training is picking up, which is good. You may see a few minutes for Mason Mount against Nottingham Forest tomorrow night. Really interesting to see how he copes with the intensity of a Forest game as well, because it is going to be a hotbed there tomorrow. So, good test for him. Maguire and Yoro, like we said earlier on, are both available for selection. Luke Shaw, not yet. Heaven, who is back, and that was the breaking news earlier on, which was fantastic because we've now got him back in maybe a week. He may even be available for the Manchester City game this weekend. And that, I think, is as good as we could have hoped for with Heaven. But to have all of the other players back as well. Mainu, he said, is also very close to returning as well. He's recovering. And we're in a position now where it literally is, in terms of training sessions, only Ahmad who's missing. Wow. And I said this earlier on in the press conference. Thank you. But Ruben's message from that press conference was one of, we are ready. We are now a different team. We're ready to go. And he needs his captain for that. He needs his leaders, like I said a moment ago, for that. And this is where this news is coming out and coming from. Also, as well, in this, Harry Mass is missing out tonight on the under-18s because he's training with the first team. Oh, honestly, it's bitter-sweet, isn't it? You're training with the first team. Well done, mate. But you're going to miss the FA Youth Cup semi-final at Villa Park. Oh, you'd be devastated, wouldn't you? You really would. Because United just don't have the right amount of numbers in full-back areas right now, I don't think. And for me, if I was Harry and Mass, I'd be going, you know what? This is what I came to United for. So be it. I'm going to miss the FA Youth Cup semi-final. There'll be other opportunities. But the one opportunity in front of him right now is grasping that chance in the first team and playing at some point over the next few weeks. He wouldn't be bothered, I don't think, about missing out because he's with the first team. He's travelling to a televised game tomorrow night to Nottingham Forest instead of playing in the FA Youth Cup semi-final. I know where I would rather be. And that, I think, is testament to him. And obviously Ruben Amorim is putting a lot of trust in Harry and Mass as well. Now, Chido can actually play tomorrow as well. It's highly unlikely he will get on the pitch. He has featured sparingly over the last few weeks, but when you think about it, with Mason Mount now being available as well and fitter, he's give Chido the opportunity to play tonight in the FA Youth Cup. And indeed, Chido is playing tonight. He's starting the game. So that is where Ruben's thoughts are at. Chido needs game time. He needs to play. So he isn't going to play tomorrow night. We know he isn't. With Mount being back, and obviously you've got Xerxes there as well. Garnacho is going to be playing for Manchester United as well tomorrow. There are more options. Mason Mount being there as well. There's just too many players there that are going to be ahead of Chido in a crucial game that Manchester United have other experienced players to bring on. So it was right in giving Chido tonight and letting him play in this FA Youth Cup semi-final. And then we go from there. And then he may come back into the squad again after that. But apparently he can come back into the squad tomorrow night. And that is being talked about like is an actual thing. So he may even still travel. He may play tonight and then travel tomorrow. It would tell you that he's not going to play tomorrow. Or, in fact, desperation stakes, he comes on the pitch for 5 minutes or something like that. But I cannot see it. But that's the scenario with the team and where we're at, ready for tomorrow night. And Ruben is in defiant mode. He's really looking at this now as a turning point for Manchester United. But it only works. He said the confidence is up, but that can come back down again with defeats. It is full preparation to cling on to the positive that we've got right now and try and use this tiny little bit of momentum to move Manchester United forward into the last games of this season. He has actually talked about the difficulty level of these games as well. And these games being the Manchester City, Newcastle and Nottingham Forest League games with the Europa League thrown in the middle of them. No more breaks now. It's Tuesday. It's Sunday. It's then Thursday. It's Sunday again. And then it's obviously Thursday, Sunday again the following weekend for Manchester United. So we have got a blockbuster of a 2 or 3 week period now, which we're looking to try and continue on into May, because that would mean that we have made it into the semi-final of the Europa League. So Ruben's like on a rallying cry right now. That's what he's doing. And I feel like we're in a position where we're going to need our leaders for this season and next season. I just look at, and this is the problem, and we're going back to Bruno here quickly. I'm going to come to the comment section in a moment. We're going back to Bruno here and why Ruben Amorim is keeping hold of him and not letting him go. It's next season. We've all talked about it. Who replaces Bruno? Who of any leadership quality, who knows Manchester United better than Bruno Fernandes, is going to help these younger players that are coming through? There is a whole raft of youngsters coming into Manchester United, and the recruitment is only going to get busier and busier in that department as well. So when you look at that, you have to say you need that experience. You need bigger players to help the youngsters out. And Bruno leaving is probably the wrong time. And where you could take the big money and the big paycheck for him, you still need to replace him. And I just feel like one more year of Bruno at least with some of these younger players is what's necessary. And then I think Ruben will look at that again going into the end of next season. But definitely not this summer. I couldn't see it happening, and I don't see it getting any closer to happening now. But look, that is where we're at with Bruno Fernandes. That's where Ruben is at from the press conference earlier on. And I said before, like, we will be probably talking about that tomorrow. But look, I just feel like it was inevitable going into this press conference that we were always going to get the answer off Ruben Amorim, which was, yeah, he's not going anywhere. Simple as that. Please give the video a like, everybody. Get your comments in as well in the live chat. You need to have subscribed to be in the live comment section, everyone, so please get onto that. Is anybody looking forward to football being back? We're going to kickstart it tonight straight after this show with the live watch-along of the under-18s in action. They're playing up against Aston Villa in the FA Youth Cup semi-final, so we are going to be doing the watch-along straight after this show. The link is in the live chat now, everybody, so make sure you click on that and make sure you're logged in for later on. Completely free, of course. Don't forget, Big Up is our other platform that we use to do a few other bits of content that we cannot do on YouTube. So realistically, it was always best going over on Big Up for doing this watch along, and we'll get a few people on to have a conversation while the game is on as well, if you want. So if you want to come and have a call on and actually have a conversation with me live on air as well, then get over to Big Up. The link is there in the live chat, everybody. Get onto it. Just quickly, before we get into the comments section, we do have the starting lineup for Manchester United tonight in the under-18 semi-final. It's Murdoch, Kamasin, Monroe, Armour, Kakonke, Tyler Fletcher, Jack Fletcher, Devaney, Bianchere, Obi-Mat, Chido-Obi, and James Scanlon. Oh, my days. That is filthy. That team is absolute demolition mode right there. Quality all over the park. The midfield alone, oh, my days. Like 4-3-3 from hell for Aston Villa in that team there. Devaney is one of my favourite players. I love watching Devaney. He is one of the players that doesn't get enough credit. He's had a few injuries which have hampered him. But watch him tonight. I'm absolutely buzzing that he's playing tonight. He is the boss in this Manchester United side. And I think he will be captain tonight as well. I'm pretty certain he will. He has been before. But he is the unsung. He controls the football game, this guy. Honestly, a brilliant footballer. Jack and Tyler need no introduction. Obviously, the front three. Oh, my God. Obe we get to see tonight. Bianchere alongside Obe and Scanlon. I love that combination. That could be a thing of the future for Manchester United's first team right there. Ouch is all I'm saying. Ouch. Come on, by the way, that is a good team, so you should be liking the video, everybody. Stop being lazy. Come on, get at it. Okay, let's get into some of the comments as well. Madrid ain't bidding 90 million for him. When's the last time they paid a fee like that for an over 25-year-old? And look, hey, I said it before. Club World Cup gives them extra finances. They will probably look at Bruno lasting another 5 or 6 years. This was the whole conversation yesterday. All right. Let's get a few more in here. Andrew Short, legend, says, Adam Chido may not play tonight apart from bringing him on as a substitute, and then maybe he could be a substitute tomorrow night. Sorry, Andrew. No is the answer to that one, mate. He starts tonight. He's in the starting lineup. I know that question was earlier on anyway, but Tom has also put that team up in the chat there for you as well. Interesting for the bench. Brian Hughes, Barman, Thwaites, Ibrahimov, Lascelles, Mantato and Musa. Again, frightening. Absolutely frightening bench there. Thwaites, Ibrahimov, Lascelles, Mantato and Musa on the bench. Oh, it sends a shiver down your spine. Honestly, cannot wait for that to kick off now. It is going to be a really exciting game. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock tonight, everybody. So, straight after this show, we're jumping across to Big Up. We're going to be doing a watch-along from there. We want you all involved, please, everybody. I will be there explaining what I know about the academy players in the game. If you want to come on and have a call on with me as well, and have a conversation about a few of them. It's the perfect opportunity tonight to do some different content, which we're never going to be able to do here on YouTube. So, let's do this. It's tonight's game on MUTV. No, it's on the FA YouTube channel. Simple one. It's all over X. If anyone wants to watch it, we're watching it over on Big Up, and I'll be watching it off of the FA YouTube channel. So that's what it's on tonight, everybody. So make sure that you do tune in. No excuse for anybody. No excuse. It's on YouTube. Anyone? YouTube. That's what it's on. So yeah, everyone can see. Let's just see. Okay. Let's get into a few more comments on this one. Nico says, even the managers understand me. That's why I like Amorim. Our opinions are similar. Ball knowledge too. No, I don't think the managers understand you, Nico. I think it's just the majority saying exactly the same thing on that one, mate. But yeah, you go with it, buddy. You go with it. See if we get a draw against Forest, we're done. We're done the league. Sorry, Theo, don't get what you mean by that, mate. No idea. Let's see what else we've got in here. I don't know what Roddy is talking about there. He's just laughing at himself, I think. But we'll maybe get Roddy on later on. We will. Like we said before, if you're watching the FA Youth Cup semi-final, you want to see Obi play full 90 minutes perhaps. Biancheri Scanlon, it's going to be on the FA YouTube channel. That is on with them tonight. So make sure that you do jump across and join us. But yeah, Ruben Amorim's comments from the press conference earlier on. Just wanted to bring this up because I did mention it a moment ago. I'm really confident the players are more confident. The energy is different, but this could change with results. We're focused on maintaining the energy. We worked on things we can improve, and even in winning games, we have the knowledge. We have a lot. We have a lot to. Oh, sorry, I just need to finish that off there. I clicked on the wrong page. The confidence, we have a lot to improve, but we are in a different moment, more confident and ready for the final 2 months of the season. Ready for the final 2 months of the season. One final push, Ruben Amorim is saying. Let's go for it. Let's have it. I'll wait until I've seen that game against Forest. I really do hope that United are fully rested, raring to go and chomping at the bits. We should be coming out the traps like a bleeding greyhound race. A greyhound racer right tomorrow night. I got completely baffled with myself there and what I was saying. But yeah, you get what I mean. Straight out of the traps and at Nottingham Forest tomorrow. Take the game to them. I think Forest will give us the ball tomorrow. They like to give the opposition possession. But we'll talk more about that when we're leading up to the game tomorrow. But and there are a few more things I wanted to get into tonight as well. And that is Manchester United's ticketing situation and what's going on. Now, you would have... it's been well documented anyway. Well documented that Manchester United upped the members' tickets to £66 and no concession at all. Now, the derby, believe it or not, was not selling out at these prices. If you want to get at Ineos, the Glazers, whoever it is you're shouting at, whichever one, the 58 group are blaming 20 years of neglect from the Glazers. That's their main push, and they're right on that. It is the Glazers that have killed this football club and got us where we are now. But the ticketing pricing, I think United have just had a major shock and a setback. Because if you can't sell tickets for the derby for 66 quid, and we know this is real, they've had to reduce them back to £40 to now sell out at the Manchester derby because people are not paying the prices. This is where they're going to find out very, very quickly that you cannot hit match-going ticket fans, like as in members, as in your day-to-day tickets. Yeah, people will buy up tickets for every other game, but with that many people getting fed up with Manchester United and that many tickets being sent back, people are staying away from Old Trafford, and that get out, actually, of members just coming in and paying ridiculous prices hasn't worked. And this is a story that was going around earlier on. United now have had to drop them prices to £40 to try and sell out the Manchester derby. That alone is massive for Manchester United. Absolutely huge. And on top of that, for the derby, the 58 protest group has organised and is now official. There will be a sit-in at the end of the game at the Manchester derby. There will be a sit-in. People will be staying in their seats in the Manchester derby on Sunday at Old Trafford. And their claim to this was, it's our seat. They can't force us out of our seat. In fact, I'm just going to bring up what it was they actually said, because there's a whole host of comments from this, from what they've said. Just bear with me a second. Okay, so here's how it's gone down today. Protest group, the 58, announced sitting after Sunday's Manchester derby at Old Trafford to show football is more than just being a number on a sheet where fans can be replaced by more lucrative customers, following plans to move season ticket holders to create VIP dugout club. As in the seats around the dugout now being moved and more expensive seats put in there, executive section put in there. The message from the club is clear. This is the 58 talking. No matter how long you have followed United, home or away, no matter how loyal you have been, if you don't spend enough money, they want us out. They don't care. On Sunday, we stay in our seats. The seat is our seat. They won't force us out. That's from the 58 group. That's what has been said. 58 spokesman Steve Crompton, contrary to Sir Jim Ratcliffe's misguided comments, protests are not about results or league position. We protest against 20 years of Glazer greed and mismanagement of our football club. They are removing fans from seats around the dugout, fans that have sat together for decades to replace them with corporate greed. The disgusting stealth price rises next season on concessions is another example of greed and total disregard of loyal fans. Pricing out up to 7,000 supporters who cannot afford a 50% plus price rise is shameful. That's from the 58 group and everything that they have said regarding everything ticket-wise, and their next move in terms of what you would call protest against the ownership of Manchester United. That's where they stand, and I'm sure there will be plenty of fans as well. If there are going to be a majority in there, I will be doing it myself. I will be doing the sit-in. You will probably get my content from inside the stadium, actually, on Sunday against Manchester City. But that is where the club is at, obviously, and the fans have reacted. And the fans have reacted in a way where the club really cannot do much more. They're looking at this and they're saying now that these ticket prices are just not affordable. We're not going to pay it, is what the fans are saying. And the 58 have jumped on this opportunity now as well. And they are going to just double down on it as well. They're going to just go in with the sit-in and make it very clear. Again, another televised game, the Manchester derby, the biggest game at Old Trafford this season probably now. And it's probably going to be more Manchester United fans still in the stadium after the game than there is Manchester City, which is not usually the case. If you go to home games, you'll understand that. A lot of the away fans get kept in, especially on these big games. Well, this time, it's going to be United fans, and the City fans will be the ones that are probably leaving early. Well, I hope they're leaving early because United win the game. But most important thing in all of this is that everything goes well, protests go well, and the message gets across to the owners. I think the message already is getting across. The fans won't pay stupid money. They're not going to be able to sell out these extra tickets week in, week out. And where they say there is a 170,000 waiting list for Manchester United season tickets, that doesn't count for fans that are buying up the tickets that are sent back by season ticket holders who's already paid, by the way, and obviously cannot be asked going to the game. That you're not going to always be able to cover. I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. And they won't pay 66 quid. They're not going to do it. And I think this is the first sign that Manchester United really, as a fan base, have stood up to this. I mean, you cannot force people to come to Old Trafford and watch shit. First of all, I said this, the one thing that Ineos got wrong, the biggest thing that they got wrong, was jumping onto the ticket prices too quickly. That was the biggest issue that they had. They should have waited it out. They should have tried to put things in place and try and get through everything with the cuts and releasing players and getting the wage bill sorted with the players first of all. And then if indeed something was going to change, United would be in a better position then as an ownership to actually say, right, we need to up the prices by this much. But they needed to show that they were willing to hit other areas that have failed at this football club before they hit the fans. And they didn't do that. And everybody complaining about this and protesting against it is dead right on that side of it. They shouldn't have done that. And they definitely shouldn't have done what they did to the pensioners at Old Trafford. That is the one thing that will come back and bite them on the arse big time. Because they're the loyal fans that have been there for years. And they can talk all they want about bringing the new age fans through and giving the younger generation the opportunity to come and support Manchester United. Of course, they want them fans in and they want the old fans out because the new fans will spend more money and the old fans won't. They're stuck in their ways and they know that. And this is a little snide dig. And the majority of the fans haven't really been affected that much. The price rises haven't been great, have they? But they haven't been massively substantial. The pensioner side of things, the moving fans from around the dugout, that's the issue. And just the timing of it all was all wrong for Ineos. That's where they've tripped themselves up more than anything. That's it. And that ultimately will be why all of the fans are still going to be against them going forward. And they always will when they do things like this. Let's get into the comment section on this. Don't forget, everybody, if you are just joining us right now, right after this show, we're going to be jumping across to Big Up for the FA Youth Cup semi-final. We're doing a watch-along on Big Up for that. The link is in the live chat right now, pinned to the top. Come and join us there and watch Manchester United's next stars as they demolish Aston Villa tonight. Well, I bleeding hope they do, but yeah, just to go over that team again for Manchester United under-18s. Plenty of names there you would have heard of and you will want to be watching. Murdoch, Kamasin, Monroe, Armour, Kakonke, Tyler Fletcher, Jack Fletcher, Devaney, Biancheri, Chido, Obe and Scanlon. Subs, Brian Hughes, Bowman, Thwaites, Ibrahimov, Lassalle, Mantato and Musa. Plenty of talent there tonight for everybody to get their teeth into. If we get 200 likes, United will win this game tonight. So 200 likes on this show will get us into the final of the FA Youth Cup again to play who I think it is going to be Manchester City. The other semi-final I think is next week at Vicarage Road where City take on Watford. So that's what we're up against. Why is the UK 1 hour behind me? No wonder my Adam streams are early now. I want to support Ineos, but they are making it impossible, says Oculus. We won't have any young new fans unless we're successful again. They need to look after the ones that they have. They do, Stu. They do. Graham says, Adam, where's the game being played tonight? It's at Villa Park, mate, tonight, the semi-final. Sir Alex is already in his seat. He arrived 2 hours before kickoff. He loves it, doesn't he, Sir Alex? He wouldn't miss this for the world. My concession seat, which they are taking, United reduced the concession from 50% to 25% plus the price rise. Not good, Andrew. Could you tell us how much more that you're going to be paying now a season compared to what you pay? You don't have to give us the price of what you're paying, Andrew, but could you tell us exactly how much more you're paying? I agree, Adam. OAPs like me are on a fixed incomes. We get very little reductions on anything. I know, Babs, honestly, feel for you. I really, really do. It's a shame that United have gone down this road. It really is. On that side of it. They didn't need to touch the pension side of things on the tickets. It's an absolute disgrace. It really is. I don't know why they did it. They've just really, they've hit themselves hard with that one. I don't think they'll be able to get back up either. Let's see. I'm not constantly asking for likes, mate. Everybody asks for likes, Tony. Come on, mate. Cheer up, buddy. Like, why would you put a comment in when I'm asking for a like? It just looks like you're trying to have a dig, mate. You say you're not, but you clearly have by putting a comment in. Just don't like the video if you don't like it, mate. That's fine. But you don't have to make a comment about it in the live chat, mate. So it looks more fool on you for doing it, mate. And no, I don't. Everybody says it on YouTube. So, yeah. We're trying to hit targets. We're trying to have a bit of fun as well. So if you're not happy about it, mate, I'm sorry. I don't want to upset everybody, but yeah, there's no harm in asking to like a bleeding video, is there? Jesus Christ, man. Good evening to you as well, UK Strains. If everyone hits the like, I wouldn't ask for it. Just saying. Yeah. Boxing. Let's see what else we've got in it. No answer on that one. I have loads of comments coming in. They've got one more story to talk about actually on the show before we head across to Big Up as well. So, yeah, I might as well move on to that now. And it is regarding one of Manchester United's targets, or supposed targets, this summer in Jonathan David. There are reports coming out now that Jonathan David could be heading to Italy. It's reported that Juve and Inter are ready to pay the package for Jonathan David, which is apparently €9 million in wages. There's a signing on fee because he is a free agent, which he gets, which is 14 million. And then there are agents' fees on top of that. So Jonathan David really isn't a free when you break it down. Yeah, you would save in buying one of the top strikers on the planet. Oh, on the planet. That's a bit too much, sorry. But everything else that comes along with it, them agents' fees, God, that would be absolutely crippling. This is maybe why United are not looking at Jonathan David, because it just turns out there, if them figures are right, and that's how that deal's breaking down, which I wouldn't have known about, and didn't until today, until I read up on it. But yeah, this is how the Italian clubs actually steal a match and do manage to get quite a lot of the good strikers into their clubs, which is which is a shame, but when you look at it, it's the only way, really, they can compete. And you do see a lot of Italian clubs taking free agents. Juventus are the masters of it, aren't they? Even Real Madrid has started to do it now as well. But, yeah, signing on fees, agents' fees, it's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke, and how much the agents take out of football. It really is. And maybe the players should be paying the agents out of some of their money. That's who they're representing. I don't understand how the clubs have to pay the agents' fees as well. It's an absolute joke. Honestly, I can't understand why Jonathan David is not sort of really on our radar. Not just because he is a free, but he would do really well in our new look side for next season. Not understanding that. I think it may be. I mean, when you look at it, maybe it is because of them fees, and United can't really afford him. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know, maybe. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for helping people out in letting them know when the kickoff is tonight as well. In terms of the FA Youth Cup semi-final. I'm jumping across to Big Up in just a moment's time to do a live watch-along so we can go through the game together. Please do join us on the show. It should be a ball. It really should. David says, I would like to see him in a better squad. I'd like to have him no matter the fee. Says that about Jonathan David. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Almost at the 200 like mark. Thank you, everybody. Keep it up. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel as well, people, so you can get involved in the live chats. That would be fantastic. Let's see what else we've got in here. That's your Sandero says, prediction tonight for our youngsters versus Villa. I'm gonna go United win 3-1 tonight in the FA Youth Cup semi-final. That is my prediction. That's what I think is happening in tonight's game. And hopefully you can all jump across and join us in that one as well. Because kickoff is in less than 20 minutes' time. So we are going to end up and finish the show there, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this slightly earlier show. Really appreciate you all jumping across a little bit earlier. And yeah, let's get across and support the boys and watch the FA Youth Cup semi-final. Thank you, everyone, all the contributors, everyone in the chat, mods and members for helping out. Hopefully, I will see you all over on Big Up in just a moment. But for now, here on YouTube, that is it, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll be back here on the channel 8 o'clock tomorrow with your morning update on Match Day. Match Day, yes, it's back finally. Football is here, everyone. Thank you so much. I will see you all later on. Have a fantastic one, hopefully, over